Welcome to the Box Gambling Show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 10 upsets to bet. Nobody hits more upsets than us. Let's get to the first game. Let's not waste any time. We're going to Monday night. We got the Fins +1 at the Los Angeles Rams. And listen, when I saw this on Monday, it was Fins +3, Fins +3.5. Obviously, it's worked down, and I imagine a lot of my viewers are on the Rams. On Patreon, I told everyone to go huge for the Rams to beat the Seahawks. And the Rams defense is getting better every single play. We got to give that young defense a lot of credit. But when I'm looking at this game, I think this is about Stafford versus Tua. And I feel like this Dolphins offense is trending in the better direction. Firstly, the last 2 weeks against the Bills, we're seeing the Dolphins get a run game going, and we know that Dolphins offensive line, it has its issues, man. Let's be completely honest about it. But I felt like they held up very well against the Bills pass rush, and they were also able to run it against the Bills. And I think they're able to do something similar against the Rams. I was also concerned by some of the things I saw from the Rams, and their defense deserved to win that game against the Seahawks by 27 points. Yet that Rams offense completely went dead. They completely went flat. They weren't able to run the ball. They weren't able to throw the ball. And I think this Dolphins defense, like I've been saying the whole year, they're underrated. This Dolphins defense obviously struggles to get a pass rush with 4, but I feel like secondary-wise, they can hold up against Nakua and Cooper Kupp. But the big reason why I think this is an upset is, firstly, everyone's low on the Dolphins. Everyone's counting the Dolphins out. Everyone wants to bury the Dolphins and lock them away. And I get it. You don't like Mike McDaniel. You don't like Tua. You want Tua to get on his couch and retire. But I'm telling you, Tua is playing great football right now. I feel like the Dolphins have reinvented themselves on offense. Tua's getting rid of the ball in under 2.5 seconds every single play. I think the Dolphins run the ball better, and I think they throw the ball better, and I think they roll into Los Angeles and get this upset on Monday night. Next game, we're going to Germany. We got the New York Giants versus the Carolina Panthers. Panthers +6.5. I get it. You guys want to bet the Giants. You guys want to bet the Giants every week. Every single week I have to hear Giants are going to beat the Eagles. Giants are going to beat the Bengals. Giants are going to beat the Commanders. Oh no, Lawson, don't bet the Commanders. Don't bet the Commanders. Don't bet the Commanders. Listen, this Giants team is bad. And I know Carolina stinks as well. Why can't Carolina do this? Why can't they? Carolina is getting healthier. And I was impressed by their second half against the Saints. Was the first half absolutely pathetic? Was it drivel? Yes, it was. But what do we see out of the Giants? The Commanders could have easily beat the Giants by 20, 30 points. And I actually saw some encouraging signs out of Bryce Young. We actually saw him throw the ball over 10 yards for the first time this whole year. Bryce Young has played 2 pretty decent games back to back. And this is a Giants defense that fundamentally they're not sound. Look at that touchdown they gave up to scary Terry McLaurin before the end of the first half. Look at their run defense, and everyone tells me this Giants pass rush, they're so good. I don't know. They didn't touch Jaden Daniels the whole game, and I'm looking at this game, and I think the Panthers run the ball well. Yes, Giants are running the ball well, but they also can't throw it. I think at the end of the first half against the Commanders, Daniel Jones had 22 pass yards. And people are talking about laying 6.5, 7 with the Giants this game. I'm not saying put a bet on the Panthers plus 6.5. But what I am saying, why not sneak a little bit on the money line? Why not bet for a Giants meltdown? This Giants team, it's just something's not right. The vibe isn't right. I don't know why Daboll is not moving on from Daniel Jones. I know Drew Lock looked terrible when he got his chance. But you're looking at a Giants team, I feel like they're close to quitting. There isn't science. That's not necessarily a schematic reason you're looking for. But I don't think this Panthers team is as bad as they were earlier in the year. And I want to mention this Panthers team is getting healthier. I think the Panthers have a puncher's chance. And honestly, are the Giants good enough to be favored on a neutral field by more than 6 points against anyone? That is lunacy. Give me the Panthers with a little bit of a sprinkle on the money line. Next game. We got the New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals. Jets +1. You got to think this is a little bit of an upset. I'm high on Zona. I picked them last week against the Bears. And yeah, man, Zona played good. But Zona is a team that is very inconsistent. And the same thing can be said about the Jets. But I think a big factor in this Jets team is this 10 days rest after the Thursday night win. And I know the Texans didn't play all that well, but we got to give credit to the Jets defense. I think the Jets defense is getting better, and I feel like they'll be able to stop Arizona's run. The key to stopping this Arizona offense is if you stop the run game, I feel like Kyler Murray becomes a below average quarterback. And for all the wide receiver weapons, for the great tight end that Zona possesses, they don't create a lot of separation and they don't do a lot of stuff down the field. And we know how strong this Jets secondary is, especially when this Jets team is healthy. I feel like this is an Alamo game for the Jets. And if you give me a choice between the Jets offense and the Cardinals offense, I'm going with the Jets offense. I think the Jets will run the ball this game. And here's an important matchup. We know Jonathan Gannon's a very good schemer and a good defensive mind as head coach. Like, I'm not discounting that. But I just feel like talent-wise, Zona doesn't have a lot on defense. They don't have a great pass rusher. They're not all that great against the run. But I feel like the biggest advantage the Jets have this game is against this Arizona secondary. I feel like Rodgers will get time in the pocket, time to purvey, and Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson will absolutely tear up this Cardinals secondary. I do think this game can turn into a shootout. I absolutely love the over in this game, but you want to know what else I love? I love Jets to win in the cover. Think Jets pull the upset here. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the Chicago Bears. I have to talk about this real quick. And, man, I'm changing my pick. I do think the Patriots cover, and I do think there's a possibility of the Patriots win. And I'm just not liking some of the stuff I'm hearing out of Chicago. I was watching the Chicago Zona tape today. I saw DJ Moore walk off mid-play when Caleb Williams is scrambling. But a big part of this game, and I don't want to make it too simplistic and to say quarterback versus quarterback, we know this game is complex. We know we're not talking about NBA. But if you give me a choice between Drake May and Caleb Williams, Drake May is going to make more plays. Drake May is playing with more verve and confidence. I know the Bears have a way better team. I know the Bears secondary is one of the best in the league. I know when you got Kmet, DJ Moore, I know there's a lot better options for Caleb Williams when he's in the pocket. But I feel like Drake May has something special. That play against the Titans was no fluke. Do not get me wrong. That was not a fluke. That was skill. That was passion. That was gusto. That's something Caleb Williams doesn't have. He just doesn't have it. And I know he looks the part. I know he has the arm. But when things break down, He holds the ball too long. He's not confident. He's not trusting his reads. He's not doing the mental part of the game, and the physical part just isn't following. And I know the Patriots are a bad team. This Patriots defense stinks. This Patriots wide receiving core stinks. This Patriots offense line is absolutely terrible. But I actually like this matchup the more I think about it from a Patriots defensive perspective. The Bears' offensive line isn't pass blocking great at all. And like I said earlier in the video, Caleb Williams is not trusting his reads, and everyone's going to blame the offensive coordinator. Everyone's going to blame Eberflus, but he is at a crisis in confidence. And if he has a bad drive or two, I could see this snowballing. And I'm not saying put the house on the Patriots to win the game, but I do think a little sprinkle for a long shot will go a long way. Do I want you betting the Patriots against the spread? No, but I do want you to throw a little bit of sprinkle and see maybe if this Caleb Williams struggle session can cascade into an avalanche, maybe you can profit off it. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. Slam the damn like button.